Hello, it is Renee from AtomGate. We are a cybersecurity and network infrastructure company. Welcome back, Mahalo.
Thank you.
It is good to have you back, and I enjoy our little chats and our laughters. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
So one of our last podcasts was around AI and AI tools, and it's been a couple of weeks since we were last there, and in that there's been a lot of evolution within our team and the different AI tools. So I thought I'm gonna actually talk around the AI productivity tools, but actually what tool are you using for the outcome that you are requiring? So Mahalo, you are still using Copilot quite a lot.
Yes.
So what I would like from an administration standpoint or point of view is, what issues have you had and what did it solve? So very specific do's and did or don't do or...
Okay, so I'll start with the issues. Not sure if it was an issue, but it was a discovery.
Okay.
One of the days I prompted it to do a comparison for me on two products, and it came back with something that was recently added to that product, and it didn't quite specify that it was recently added and it was there.
Okay.
So I don't know what made me go check with the product specifically, where I found that it told me different information to what the product really has, like one of the small specifications that it missed.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and to me, to what I've always emphasized is that don't put your all in it. You know, do your own research on the side and use your own logic.
Cross-reference.
Yeah, cross-reference, so that you get true and accurate recent information out of the AI tools you are using. And to the good, is that, well, it's always been good for me because it integrates with my apps, my Outlook, my Word, my Excel, all of that. I don't have to bounce from my work to AI, which Copilot works for me in that way. That's why I haven't changed or bounced to another one like everyone does.
Yeah. That's
my number one. And then secondly is my report. The last time we did our podcast, I had been using it for a few weeks.
Yeah.
So I continued to train it, and now it remembers the information that it gave me a few weeks ago. Like it would say, must we do the exact same report that we did for this result?
For X.
Yes. Yeah. Which now comes to a point where my reporting looks consistent. I don't have like different looking documents because now my AI tool has learned how I work. Yeah.
So on that note, which again, if you are, I'm following quite a lot of people who are going and doing a lot of the deep dive. I'm taking shortcuts because I'm following some really good people around the different tools. And I think what most people miss is they install an app or an AI app and they forget to customize it.
Correct.
So in the back, everything's on default. It's either pleaser, it's either going to say I'm a yes man, and by putting in the prompts, by putting in your character, if I can put it in that sort of framing, that also helps. Because as you were saying, we had another client as well say she really wants to implement AI, but she doesn't want to sound like a robot.
Correct.
And in that, it's the training of it. It's the same thing. So I use multiple tools just for the output that I've got to put out. I've got to put out financial reports. I've got to put out audits. I've got to put out proposals. So also operations, tasks, and different silos within the organization. And what I've noticed is different tools give me the best result. Copilot is really good for correspondence, for comparison, for writing and reporting. And personally, I have now started using Claude. And that's more just on my higher tech side of things. And then also I've got Gemini that I use for certain things. And I think if you can understand the strength of each AI tool and utilize it for the output or the problem you have, it actually can empower you more.
Yeah, correct. As a project hustler, I'm always speaking from an end user perspective. So for my AI tool, which is Copilot, I found it to be too professional. Like when I started I'm not gonna say, well, I used to say, "Hi Renee, hope you well," and then next thing I say, "Hi Renee, I hope you are well and your day is going super." Like stuff like that. I trained it to say, no, just say, "I hope you are well."
Correct.
Because,
still have your voice.
Yeah, still have my voice. Like from me, I don't like long emails. And from the prompt, it would send long emails. And I had to say to it a few times, "Shorter, make it shorter, make it shorter. This is too much to read. People are busy." And those are the prompts. And recently I had a word password in my email, and it refused to give me content because it thought I was giving out a password.
Okay, so they actually locked it down.
Yeah, so it locked it down. It literally said, "Sorry, I cannot help with this content," which for me was a plus. So I knew, yes, it's a good thing.
Especially in a work environment.
Correct.
If you're starting to give out passwords, it could be a problem.
Yes.
But talking on that, the other thing that we came across the other day, and if you need this checked for your organization, please give us a call, is AI governance. So we have POPI compliance, and we've got all these governances, and it's how is AI integration and what is it doing within your organization? How is that governed? So, for example, you decide that you're gonna write or search, I don't know, your kid is sick and you need something for your kid. But now I'm your colleague and we're on the same platform. What access do I have to your data? Do we know? I honestly, when I got spoken through it the other day, I was like, so I've already done research. And that's what I'm saying. If you need to check your governance and make sure that things are in place, give us a call. Because that made me stop and think. In every organization, you have the hierarchy. It is in any organization. You've got directors, you've got finance, you've got HR, you've got your cleaners. You've got people in different divisions that don't need to know what other divisions are doing. Mm-hmm. How do we know, or how are we sure that it's in isolation? It's a bit like SharePoint. If you create a SharePoint, you've got rules where people can just copy, read. Again, it's the same structure as a cybersecurity posture. Mm-hmm. Who has governance over what and who's allowed to see what? So that was something very interesting I learned about the other day. So also I think be mindful of what you're asking as well.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know how it's being shared internally, especially with the integrated AI tools within organizations, it's very, very interesting.
Definitely. The safety around it will always be something to talk about. We can't just say there's AI and jump right into AI without knowing exactly what we are putting ourselves into and what information are we putting out there. What if whatever you are putting there is locked in within your organization or locked in within your personal capacity? You need to always look around those things to see that, okay, the tool that I'm using, is it safe? Is it locked down? And what are the compliances that are being followed?
100%. Thank you, Mahalo. Thank you for watching. If you would like us to check your governance around your AI tools or even your cybersecurity sort of level of compliancy, give us a call. There'll be a link somewhere down below. Have an amazing day. Thanks, Mahalo.
Thank you.
Bye.